All right, we're on. Hey, everybody. Blind Justice coming to you live from Montesano. We're at the courthouse and sheriff's office. We're going to go see if we can report some criminal activity and see what they want to do about that. All right, what we got going on?
There's like
See.
jail info right. It's black.
What?
Jail info thing right.
To the right? Okay.
To the left is like a people's.
Oh, okay. Hi. We're here to report a crime.
What kind of a crime?
As a armed and home invasion
Where did this occur?
in Aberdeen.
In the city?
In Aberdeen, Washington?
Yeah, but in the city limits?
Yeah.
How come you didn't go to Aberdeen Police Department?
We did.
And why are you here?
Because they didn't do anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a minute.
Okay. Interesting.
You need my ID too?
Anything else going on? Signs or anything?
No smoking in this area. No smoking in this area. There's a doorway, like where my boyfriend put it. And then you can probably hear there's a hall. And restrooms that way. I don't know.
Okay.
It's like office effect.
This way?
She seemed pleasant.
Pleasant? You said?
Yes.
Maybe. Let's see if we can get some help. Hi. There was a person here that went back to get somebody, I think.
Okay, great. It looks like the person I'm going to talk to probably isn't here.
See the lady we talked to?
Did you come back?
Yes.
Cool.
Did you see someone I knew? A detective will be here shortly to talk to you.
Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So, have somebody come take a statement, maybe, make a report, hopefully do something about crimes happening in Aberdeen that the police department in Aberdeen is not doing anything about. And, yeah, see how that goes.
She's pointing at you.
Okay. You can walk around if you want to check out the...
You guys,
Hi.
what's going on?
I was just trying to report a crime happening in Aberdeen.
Okay. Did you call the Aberdeen Police Department?
We actually went into them, yeah.
Okay. And what'd they say?
They refused to do anything.
Why are we recording?
Just because we've been having problems with getting accountability with crimes getting reported and not followed up on or
Okay.
ignored.
Okay. So what happened?
It was on what's the date we have on this? July. What's
Sunday, July 15th,
July?
2018.
Okay, yeah, July 15th of this year at around
And
12:30.
when did you report it on this day?
Yes, it's either that day or the next day that we reported it. But there's
Okay.
the four individuals that we have here on this paper, which you can have. They came to our residence and then came into the house with guns out. And
These guys did?
yes.
Okay.
And we have security footage of. I'll take the other camera if you want to show them the footage if you're interested. There's. We have security cameras at the house, so we have footage of the whole thing. These guys coming into our house.
Yeah.
There's me and the kids at the house, and
Can you blow it up?
I don't know. It's just, I think there's gonna be like multiple pictures.
Oh yeah, should be have all the different angles.
So Aberdeen PD came to your house. Was there a call there, or did you guys call in something?
No, we didn't call anything in. Yeah. Yeah, it turned out the 4 individuals worked for the Aberdeen Police Department.
Okay.
I'm trying to make an account and it says the account is already with this phone number, and then
That
I tried to do the lost password thing. And
they
it says that
order
there's no account with that
one of our
phone.
house guests that lived in the basement, out of the basement,
Okay.
put him in
I've
cuffs.
never-
Did they say why they were there?
No. No, they ordered him out, put him in handcuffs, put him on the cement, and then went in the basement door that he exited with no warrant, no probable cause, didn't announce themselves, and just raided our house with guns out. So,
Were they there for him, do you think, or?
no, they weren't there for him. He didn't have any warrants, didn't commit any crimes. He was just going towards the door, and they ordered him out of the door.
So no one's told you, you've talked to these guys?
We told, I think we talked to the deputy chief, this before the new chief took over.
Okay.
And they said that they reviewed it and didn't see any wrongdoing. And I'm like, how do you send armed men in somebody's house without a warrant or probable cause, and like you raid somebody's house? That's armed home invasion. Doesn't matter if they're wearing a uniform or not.
So they didn't tell you why they were there, what they were doing?
I mean, the whole video is there. There's a guy I eventually, because I had a migraine that day, I eventually get off the couch and confront him, tell him like, hey, get out of the house, you're trespassing. And for a good while, he's standing there, ignoring me.
Yeah.
And you reported this to, did you talk to anybody today?
No, we followed up with the new chief because he was aware of it, and he said that he wasn't going to do anything about it. So
The deputy chief said that, or the chief?
the new chief, the one that Steve Sheeman just took out.
Okay.
And he asked if they were the house.
So I'm not sure what you want me to do about it.
Well,
This is something you should be bringing up to Aberdeen PD.
So if people, the question is, if people, 4 guys with guns show up to anybody's house and they break into somebody's house with
They're
guns,
law enforcement. You should be talking
does that
to them.
matter?
It does, yeah.
How does that matter?
I don't know the circumstances, but you could go talk to them
Right.
and say, why were you in my house armed?
Right.
And if
They confirmed they didn't have any warrants, they didn't have probable
Okay.
cause, and they didn't announce.
So then maybe you get an attorney and charge them with something. I don't know.
Okay.
But that's
But-
nothing.
You guys don't have jurisdiction to.
That's Aberdeen Police Department.
Right. So if they're going crazy, if they're going into people's houses with their guns out without any kind of
Right. So
authorization,
I only know what you're telling me.
Yeah.
I don't know any other thing.
Well, we're giving you information you can investigate.
I'll call them.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm not going to do anything. It's on them.
Okay. So you're not
you
you're not
can
going to
go get an
investigate it at
attorney.
all.
You can go get an attorney.
Right. But you guys here at the sheriff's department won't investigate any kind of criminal activity
I have no idea.
committed by
I have no idea
APD.
what these guys are doing. Looks to me like they're doing their job.
Really?
Okay. But like I said,
Just going randomly into somebody's house.
I don't have all the information.
Uh-huh.
Looks to me like they were there to pick up somebody on a warrant. That's what
Okay.
it looks like by looking at your video.
Right.
But I know nothing about it.
Right.
Right. So I'm not going to investigate, and that's something I don't know nothing about.
But why is that?
Maybe I'll give them a call and see
Yeah.
what the deal is.
But why is that the presumption that
Maybe,
they're
maybe
they're
you go
doing
talk
their
to the
job?
chief and get.
Yeah.
So he's not going to do anything for you.
Like, right. We've talked to them and asked, was there any warrants? Was there anything like? There was no warrants. There was no probable cause. Like there is, and we are looking at a legal route. We were just curious if law enforcement here at the county level is going to keep law enforcement at the local level accountable, right? Because the local guys weren't going to do that. They're not going to self-govern. They're not going to self-regulate, and they're not accountable to the people, evidently. So we're just seeing if at the county level, if you guys are going to try to keep local PD in check, since they're just running wild. That seems reasonable, right?
I
Like who do the
think
people? Basically, who polices the police? When police think they can go into people's houses without any probable cause, without a warrant, you just these guys could end up dead. They could have been
Let me get a
shot,
pen real quick.
right? But I don't believe in violence. So I know people who do. Yeah, so it's just.
What's your name?
Mike?
Mike.
Yeah. I'll give you a card. You have all our contact information on it.
And what's the address of?
And I'll give that to you before we go, but
Okay.
just don't want to put it on our video.
Oh, you'll put everything else, but not your.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. It is, right?
People who are
This is
What's
this
your
is a
last
public
name?
building, and you guys are public officials, so you're accountable to the public.
What's your
I'm
last-
not.
What's that?
I'm not accountable to the public. I'm not accountable to give that.
What's your last name?
Mike's fine, and then this is.
Well, they're not going to know
Email.
what I'm talking about if I don't know.
Oh,
your full name
they absolutely will know.
or
Yeah.
your address.
Yeah, we'll give you the address before we go. I'll
Okay,
make sure I get it to you. But
do
if that's
that now.
that's all you got.
Yeah, call
Okay.
your attorney if you have issues.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Well, yeah.
And I can check into it.
All right. You want to write it down on the paper form, Lou? And what was your name?
Sergeant Darren Wallace.
Darren Wallace.
Address.
Wallace.
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 Yeah, our address. Yeah, put it down. Okay, cool. But yeah, it's just of course, that's the first step we went was to the police department. We didn't know if these guys were police or not, or if they're just
They're got uniforms on.
You can buy a uniform from the internet, right? You can get a uniform anywhere, and one I can't see, so I can't verify that anyway.
Well, I'm telling you, the video you show me,
Okay.
it's Aberdeen PD.
Right, but for you to presume that they're just doing their job.
It just sounds like to me you're trying to get me in a gotcha moment. You're trying to get them in a gotcha moment.
Why
which
is
is
that?
fine. That's just your demeanor towards me. It just seems like you're trying to get a
No,
a gotcha moment.
we want accountability.
And-
We want to make sure that if people with guns go into somebody's house without any kind of legal cause, right, that they're held accountable. And the local police said they're not going to do that. They're not going to hold their guys accountable.
So you're not happy with that?
Absolutely not.
Get an attorney.
Yeah, we have one.
Okay.
But why if somebody else without a badge and a gun goes into somebody's house with guns, you guys are going to arrest them, right?
Like I said, I don't have the
Armed
circumstances
homicide.
why they did that.
Okay.
My
And so
guess
then-
is they were doing their job by looking at your
Okay,
video.
so I'm asking you to investigate, and if you find out that
I'm asking
that
you
they
to get
aren't-
an attorney.
We have one. Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm
follow through
asking-
that way.
But why?
Follow through that way.
Do you do that with anybody that calls for help? Say, hey, we're being broken into. Somebody with guns are in here. Do you say, okay, go get an attorney? Is that the response?
Absolutely not, because they're not law enforcement.
So they get special treatment because
we
they're law
didn't know.
enforcement. Is that how that works?
They got uniforms and everything.
So
I'm
that-
not gonna debate it out here. I'm not gonna get
Sure, but
in the
that's
big thing.
this is why so many
Call your
people
attorney.
struggle with trusting law enforcement because when you try to get
This is
help,
your personal number here.
Yeah, yeah.
226
number is good.
6297.
Yep, and yeah, all that's good.
I'll call and see what they're going to tell me, and
Okay.
if it's something nefarious, I'll give you.
Well, they're going to tell you probably they told us that they checked their procedures, that they did everything according to procedures. But if you ask them, was there a warrant? Did you have probable cause? They're going to say, well, no, and we have some pending legal issues going on with that.
Okay.
But my question is, why do we have to go through a court system? Why do we have to go to an attorney and a judge rather than, hey, guys with guns came, we have their names, we have them on video.
So if they didn't follow
Right.
policy, you can sue them, right?
Yeah, okay.
That's the
look-
recourse.
Right, we understand that.
That's
but
the
why?
recourse.
But why is it that? The question is, why is it? Do you think that that's fair? Do you think that's justice? That's the recourse for people if they're in uniform,
I'm
but
not
not if anyone
I'm not
else.
going to get in a big debate. Okay, it just seems like you're trying to get a gotcha on somebody.
Well, it just seems.
And
It just
so
doesn't seem
get
like
a hold of your
justice,
attorney.
right? You know, if just because somebody has a uniform, they get to go in anybody's house they want.
Well, it sounds like if you're right, they
Yeah.
didn't do it right,
Yeah.
right? So you have
Yeah.
recourse.
Yeah, and we're looking into that. I was just curious. We knew what the Aberdeen Police Department did. They're going to cover their own, right? They're going to cover that. They're going to say we're not going to talk about it. They were following procedure. We were just curious if the sheriff's department was going to have any kind of other oversight or accountability for. Oh, yeah, I need to check this out. This does sound kind of messed up. If what you're saying is accurate.
Sounds like legal recourse would automatically take care of that, right?
Yeah, but if you know that
I'm not going
somebody's
to debate out here.
right, sure.
I'll call you back if I have an answer.
All right, cool. Appreciate
Sound
it.
good?
Yeah, Wallace,
All right.
is that right?
Wallace, Wallace.
All right, thanks. Appreciate
Good
it.
enough. You guys have a great day.
Okay, you too. So, that's interesting. You go to report a crime to the sheriff's department.
Get your
And-
attorney.
First he's like, why are you recording? I think, well, we've had problems with accountability, with law enforcement people. And then once he saw the video, he's like, oh, well, these guys are police. Like, why don't you call the Aberdeen Police Department?
But
Like,
they could be people who just shot a police and took their clothes.
yeah, sure, absolutely. Like right. So there's all kinds of ways of getting, a costume that looks like a legitimate uniform, right? But the problem there then is okay, he sees these guys busted into our house with their guns out. He sees, this is a violation of rights, and his immediate response is,
Call your attorney.
they're probably doing their job. No, that was the first thing. Was it seems like a couple of guys just doing their job. The Aberdeen Police Department. Probably they were getting somebody on warrants. Like, okay, no, nobody had warrant. They didn't have a warrant for search the house, to enter the house. They didn't have probable cause. They didn't even announce themselves. So why does it matter? Why do the facts of the story? Why does it matter if they have a gun and a badge? And it doesn't. The fact is, 4 people come to your house with guns. 2 of them go into your house with their guns out. That's armed home invasion, right? It doesn't matter if they're in uniform or not. It doesn't matter if they have a badge and a gun or not, right? They were there illegally, breaking into your house with guns. The response is, if you're a quote law enforcement officer, is, oh wow, let me investigate. Oh, you already have the names of these guys. Wow, you know where they work. Whoa, you have them on video. This makes my job easy. I can go to these guys. I can say, hey, we've got you on video breaking in this house. Do you have any legal reason for doing this? No warrant, no probable cause. Okay, you're under arrest for armed home invasion. That's pretty simple. You can send guys out right now to go do this, to go gather these people up. But no, the answer is, they're in uniform, so they're probably the good guys, and you need to call a lawyer. Like, that's not the response that you want, right? If you guys are putting your trust in law enforcement and saying, hey, we trust you guys to protect us and serve us. If your home's being broken into with people with guns, don't call the sheriff's department, because they're going to say, call an attorney. All right, guys. Peace and love to you. And as always, Deo Presto Liber. Cut it off.